Hello, my name is Dale Wilhite. I live in Mountain Village, Colorado, and if you want to find out anything about me, you can do so on MySpace. This is a warning that all ski resorts, people live in one, work in one, all farmers in America need to heed. And really, all Americans need to heed this warning. As you know, or you should know, although much of the media has tried to censor this, there's about 80,000 farmers near Sacramento, California, that are out of work now because the water had been cut off to their farms in order to save a little 2 or 3 inch minnow called the Delta smeltfish. If you go online, type in Paul Rodriguez dash Delta smeltfish, and you can read about what's going on. Paul Rodriguez is a comedian who's fighting to have the water turned back on because his family's farms have been uh, uh, affected by this. And I think they may all be out of work by now. This has been going on for a while. The Obama administration and Dianne Feinstein are supporting this. And the fact that they're putting 80,000 people out of work, and it could be as many as 150,000 affected, doesn't really seem to matter to them. Of course, come election time, I think Dianne Feinstein's not going to have as much support as she once did. Because whatever Obama says, she's going to do. Whatever he supports, she's going to support pretty much most of the time. Because this is their anointed one, or Louis Farrakhan's anointed one. Anyhow, what can happen here in Telluride, Colorado, in Mountain Village, or what happened there could happen to us. The U.S. Wildlife Service could come up with a report and say that the gondola we have here, we have the only free gondola in the country, and the Telluride ski resort and all that skiing and stuff is it's affecting the bears, even though the bears hibernate in the winter. It's affecting the elk and the deer, and it's having an effect on the ground squirrels. And so we need to shut it down. No more skiing here. Well, if the Obama administration has no problem putting 80 to 150,000 people out of work in California who grow our food, what's to keep them from shutting the Telluride ski resort down? Which would affect all these hotels here and would put a lot of them out of business. Would put a lot of people out of business probably in the thousands, especially come wintertime. In wintertime, there wouldn't be much business. You know, this town could eventually just dry up. It might make it through the summer a little bit, but nothing close to what it once did, and the money that they get now is nothing compared to what they're going to get then. It's going to be a whole lot different. That could happen. And I think all of these Obama supporters in Mountain Village and in Telluride would no longer be big Obama supporters anymore. You see, a lot of them who do support Obama, they are employed, and they don't really have any, they're not really affected by his policies just yet. They're not the ones standing at unemployment lines. They're not the ones losing their farms. And it's only until it affects them do a lot of people begin to say, well, now, wait a minute. This is now affecting me. What is this guy doing? And what I'm trying to say is it can happen here. It can happen in any ski resort in America. It can happen anywhere in America now. They've already proven they will put tens of thousands of people out of work, possibly up to over 100,000 people out of work. They will put farmers out. You got John Mellencamp running around the country, farm aid, and singing about the plight of the farmers. I haven't heard a word from him about this. Not a word. And I like John Mellencamp. I love his music. I like Willie Nelson, but I haven't heard a word from him. You see, the Democrats are trying to have it both ways, obviously. They want to say we're for the farmers, but then they go and do things that put farmers right out of work. And here in Telluride, we could one day lose everything. We could lose our ski resort to save some damn minnow. Or not minnow, but maybe some worm or something. Maybe some ground squirrel. It can happen, and it can happen to where you live at too. This is what happens when radicals get into power, right or left wing. I'm a moderate. I'm basically an independent. And so it doesn't really matter to me. A radical is a radical. To me, on either side, they're no good. But that's what's coming, possibly. And you need to be prepared for it. And if you're a farmer, you need to be aware that this guy could put your farm under, and he has no plans to help you out. He's going to redistribute the wealth. Well, right now, the only wealth he's distributing is to China. because most of the people that are in that, I think it's a San Cohen, I can't pronounce it, but it's a valley just outside of Sacramento. Uh, they're getting most of their food now in food lines from where else? China. What a surprise. I guess that's part of the payback for them loaning us trillions of dollars so Obama can give us a Marxist healthcare plan. Of course, I expect at any time for Obama to be allowing the Chinese to drill right off of Florida for oil and right off of California because, again, we own trillions of dollars and we can probably give some of it back or get in their good graces if we let them drill for oil where we can't drill for oil. Of course, we can't do it, but they probably will. He'll probably allow them to do it before long. They're already drilling not far off of Miami. But that's just my warning to all farmers, to all ski resorts, and to all Americans. There is a chance that this, since it's gotten away, since MSNBC, ABC, pretty much NBC, and I think CBS did a little report on it, but the other networks have pretty much boycotted telling the story. I think CBS might have done something on 60 Minutes about it. Fox has been talking about it, and when Lou Dodge was at CNN, he'd been talking about it. But he's gone from CNN now, so there's very little information you can get about what's going on because the media is, are Obama worshippers. They're the disciples of Obama. Everybody at just about everyone at MSNBC is a disciple of Obama, and I think I don't know which one you call Peter on there, but they're disciples of Obama, and so they're going to cover up for him any way they can. But this can happen to you, and you need to be aware of that. The radicals, the leftists, the Marxists, the socialists have made their way into the White House, and now they've made their way into the Justice Department. Now they've made their way into the U.S. and Wildlife Service, and they're going to continue infiltrating everything. They've already run GE, basically. And putting people out of work, well, they put 80,000, maybe more out of work in California, farmers, good Americans. What would be the big deal of putting several thousand, 4,000 or 5,000 here in Telluride out of work? It's no big deal. It's no problem. And I think that ever happens, I think you will see the people of Telluride all of a sudden have a different perspective about the man that they voted for president. The man that they worked, sweated over, were just praying would get elected. I'll admit McCain wasn't much of an alternative, but this guy's spooky. And he's already proven that jobs is not his number one goal. If you're out of job, that work is not that really big of a deal to him. He's not, because like he said, he wants to be like Europe, or America to be like Europe, which means he wants us to maintain about 10% unemployment year-round. And that's where we're at today. That's the way it goes. Anyway, thank you for your time, and I just hope you heed this warning. I hope if you are a farmer, if you live in a ski resort, small town, just be aware. This can happen to you. What's happened in California can happen to you, and it can happen to us here in Telluride in Mountain Village. And one day, wake up, no ski resort. It's gone. Got to shut it down. And Obama then will probably just dance around it, and Salazar will probably, okay, yeah, and okay, no problem. We'll just have to, and thousands are out of work to save some little insect, worm, whatever. That's what can happen. Thank you for your time.